everyone. Jamie Sparks here, President of Shape America. Excited to be joined by our executive committee for this special update from the last year of all things happening with Shape America from our executive committee. I'd like to first start by talking about my theme as president this past year, which was ROC, redefine our community. And certainly in the face of COVID-19 and coronavirus, my version or my iteration of what I thought redefining our community would be has certainly taken on brand new meanings that I never imagined. But as we move forward and as I reflect on my year as president-elect or president being this past year, all the things that we've accomplished as an organization with our districts and our states, and just the collective impact that everybody that has contributed to changing our community. One of those big things that will forever change our community is something I believe so much in that I actually put tattoos on my body because of it, and that's Health Moves Minds. Health Moves Minds launched over a year ago and was nationwide this past year, and what a game changer of a program it's been for social emotional learning, for school fundraising. I just continue to be amazed at the teachers, the schools, and the students that this program has impacted, and I am so excited for what our future looks like as a result of Health Moves Minds. So continue to see amazing things from our state leaders, continuing to implement and bring this program to their school, and it will forever change the fabric of Shape America, as well as health and PE profession at the local level. We've also taken on a number of big subjects and big topics this year that have really been very important to our community. Those things include our SEL summit that we had last year. We have an equity, diversity, and inclusion task force that is continuing to help shape and mold and inform our strategic direction, as well as the priorities that we have as an organization for not only the members we serve, but also for the students that our members serve. So all three of those are very important elements that are helping to collectively change our future direction and our strategy. With that, I welcome our Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Stephanie Morris.
Hi, everybody. So great to be here and have this opportunity to share an update with you about what's been happening most recently at Shape America. As Jamie mentioned, I'm Stephanie Morris, the CEO of Shape America. And we can just all say that this is a really unprecedented moment in our country and in the world's history, really. And so first and foremost, I hope that everybody listening right now is safe and healthy, and that your families are also safe and healthy. I know that this is a time of incredible stress and anxiety, and we feel it at Shape America in many ways. So we have really pivoted over the last couple of weeks, and we've been focused as a team on really thinking about three key areas for our membership. The first is helping our teachers teach. Whether you are being asked to teach online in any way, whether you're being asked to contribute educational resources for your students who may not have devices or Wi-Fi accessible, whatever your situation is, we have compiled a list of online free accessible resources, and we'll continue to do that and push them out there far and wide as much as we can, as well as create new resources, especially adapting from our Health Moves Minds lesson plans and other great activities and lessons that we know would be helpful for families to have. So are in this moment of thinking about how we can help our teachers take care of themselves, because we know that this is a time of stress and anxiety. So look for more resources in the very near future along those lines. And we are really thinking about how we can contribute to helping our nation overall in many ways. And one of the first ways that we're thinking about doing that is in lifting up the charities that our amazing Health Moves Minds schools chose this past fall and spring. For those who chose nonprofits to raise money for them, many of them had that local community impact opportunity. So we are going to be lifting up those nonprofits as well as the schools who raised money for them, and really trying to provide some great stewardship for them in the months ahead. Finally, we will continue to lead the advocacy effort to support federal funding for our school, health, and physical education programs. We've always been a leading voice in this respect. We will continue to lead that charge, especially as we anticipate that many schools may be facing pretty significant budget cuts going into next year. It's certainly an unknown, uncertain time, and we are really prepared to fight the good fight and really ensure that our PE teachers and our health teachers have what they need going into next year. So thank you for all that you do as a community to support us in that effort. We could not be prouder to have you by our side. With that, it's my opportunity to turn this time over to our past president, Judy LoBianco.
Greetings, everyone. How are you? I'm Judy LoBianco, the past president of Shape America, and I'm enjoying these last few moments with you. If you remember, in March of 2017, when I was a candidate for president-elect, I gave a speech that talked a lot about the association and its place in this profession and how we needed to make a turn toward making sure that everything we say and do has to be hyper-focused on the experiences that children have in the health classroom and in the gymnasium each day. I talked in that speech about children being cyberbullied and being embarrassed in PE, and about how teachers in the field that are not displaying moral courage need to forge a more meaningful path for us and for our field. As a member of this board for 5 years, I'm excited and hopeful about the path we're on. There's been a lot of massive transition in that time and lots of change, and we've not been business as usual, and that's good, and that's been for a very long time, and we continue to grow and learn together as a staff and a board of directors for the good of every teacher in this profession and their students. You know, as you remember, you probably heard us talk about the empty chair that we have at our meetings that reminds us that the struggles on the ground are as real as all of our successes, especially now. We acknowledge that we as an association have a responsibility that transcends our membership and includes those teachers who are otherwise isolated, disconnected, and disenfranchised. My memories of the time as president will include the bold, brave transition to step back from the American Heart's Jump Rope for Heart program to forge a new path with the support of every one of our state affiliates and national leadership. I'll never forget that signed letter by every stakeholder to the American Heart that will forever be a historic document that signifies the unity of our national and state level leaders. That courageous step brought us to the doorstep of what I believe will be a timeless effort by Shape America and our states and corporate partners to save the lives of children and enhance their health through health literacy and physical literacy in the program that we now call Health Moves Minds. After a career of supervising teachers and speaking with countless students, I'm deeply convinced that introducing stakeholders outside of our profession to the power of health and physical education through the lens of social emotional learning and equity, diversity, and inclusion will bridge the gap between the power of our content and the respect and recognition that we will leverage throughout the educational landscape. When we talk about all children, all means all from their insides out. So I have to admit, I'm in a bit of a moment of great sadness right now that we will not be together to celebrate there in Salt Lake City of all the accomplishments we've made. And I'm disappointed that I won't be able to get to thank you all in person for your friendship and support. I will wholeheartedly admit that it is so very difficult to let go of something I care so much about. However, as I do step down, knowing that emerging leaders will pick up my torch, I'll step off the stage and take my front row seat to watch the bright and successful future that Shape America will continue to have for many years. I will be your #1 fan. It's been my honor to be a small part of shaping the past several years of our work, and my privilege to step back so that others may step up and shape the work for years to come. Thank you all to our national board, districts, state leaders, especially my New Jersey family, and our incredible Shape America staff, and to Stephanie Morris, CEO, for taking this incredible journey with me. I want you all to be healthy, be well, and be safe. With that, I throw it to your new president-elect, Brett Fuller.
Thank you, Judy. My name is Brett Fuller. I am very proud and honored to take on this role as the next president of Shape America. For those of you who do not know me, I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I have been a physical education teacher, health teacher, and for the last 13 years been privileged to be the administrator for health and PE for Milwaukee Public Schools. It is, again, my honor to be in this role, and I'm actually incredibly excited for these opportunities coming up. As Stephanie mentioned, Shape America has always led the way and will continue to lead the way when advocating for funding for our schools, and especially ESSA Title IV Part A and Title II. We are a voice that is recognized and heard in Washington, D.C., and we will continue to educate and fight for our schools to get the resources that our teachers need for their students. I'm also very excited about Health Moves Minds. What an incredible product and resources that have been developed by Shape America. We are considering this to be a very invaluable resource at this time because the lesson's been modified and are being shared right now for all of our students and teachers to use online. It's, again, a wonderful resource teaching our students about how to manage the stress during this incredibly stressful time and how to better their lives. What I'm also really looking forward to, along with Health Moves Minds, is the aftermath of what's going to happen when we come back to our schools in the summer and actually in the fall. We're going to be able to actually encourage our schools. There are going to be some very hard-hit communities, and so the schools can use the funding apparatus in Health Moves Minds to fundraise for their community, such as food pantries, homeless shelters, and other nonprofits serving the needs of our most vulnerable populations. This was not possible before Health Moves Minds with the previous fundraisers that we've used. As I look forward to what our community, or actually to my next year, I look at, and I'm again really proud and humbled by the profession I'm in. I look at what you as a community has done over the last month. I'm floored to see how we've pulled together to support each other, support our schools, and most importantly, students that we serve. We are truly stronger together. And when this crisis is over, we need to carry on with that same attitude of unison support for each other. I don't want us to forget our students with special needs. They and their families still need our support. They are part of our community as well, so we need to make certain that when we're looking and providing lessons and support to them, please keep them in mind and what adaptations you can give those families. Please keep working to support all of our community, including the students with special needs. Thank you very much, and it is my honor to turn this back over to Jamie.
Thank you, Brett. Appreciate that. And to Stephanie and Judy, thank you. It has been an honor to serve with each of you as the executive committee this past year, and all of our board members for their dedication. When we set out this year, we were going to become the first board to do every meeting virtually. We are now the first board and executive committee to do everything virtually, thanks to this new world that we're now all in. And it has been an honor as we think about that transition from Judy's leadership around moral courage. She introduced to us the concept that we've continued around the empty chair for each of our members that are there as a board. When we make decisions and we have conversations, we make sure that our members are first and foremost in those decisions and what we're doing. And that's where we get these big nuggets of topics, from social emotional learning to the impact of Health Moves Minds, equity, diversity, and inclusion, to our conference that we did around the whole school, whole community, whole child. Each of those things are not just buzzwords. Those are things that are truly changing our DNA and elevating and helping people to reimagine and re-envision what true health and physical education looks like. It is our honor to serve you. We look forward to Brett's leadership in the next year. And thank you for spending a few minutes with us to share this update.